Hello, welcome from Boise, Idaho. This is Jim, as you well know from being friends on social media or connecting online. Kelly and I, in this time of COVID, have found a new show that we absolutely love, and it's called Alone. And it's made by the History Channel. It's survival experts that are surviving out in the wilderness, and it's about 10 of them at a time. And whoever lives the longest, lasts the longest out there without tapping out, wins $500,000. And what fascinates me about this show is how people handle that experience. As you know, I'm a connector. I love people and I love watching people adapt and grow and learn. And I feel like part of my passion and purpose in life is to help connect people to God and to each other. And so I love watching human behavior. And it's fascinating to watch these people on the show respond to the extreme amounts of quiet and alone time that they have. How has the season of COVID affected you? Maybe you're single and this has been a huge struggle, not having a lot of relationships that you can be close to during this time. Or maybe you have a ton of kids or kids in your house and you're struggling with getting alone time since your regular rhythms of school and work have been interrupted. And so it's been interesting on the show to watch these people, how they've handled this. And what really intrigues me is the people that have made peace with themselves. They have a lot of time to think about their failures. They have a lot of time to think about their own insecurities. And through this show, you see a healing process take place for many. And for those who don't experience that healing process, they tap out pretty quickly because they can't handle all that time alone. So, as many of you know, I work at a church, and we're exploring this concept of re-entry. Like, we're really fascinated and intrigued by what is society going to be like, and how are people going to navigate? How are people going to connect? How are people going to worship in this world in this season? And the series that we're going through is called Re-entry, and it's kind of this idea of this NASA astronaut re-entering the atmosphere. There's a lot of conflict, pressure, tension, heat that's taking place as that astronaut and its vehicles entering the atmosphere. And I think that's going to be our world for a while as we begin to re-enter world and figure out what this new reality looks like. It's going to be hard for us. Well, I wanted to share a verse in Proverbs 4:23. It says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life." And guarding our heart is not a concept we talk about much as a culture and as a society, but our heart is the source of our joy. Our heart is the source of peace in our life, or lack thereof. It could be the source of anger. And actually, that's what we're going to be exploring this weekend in our church, is this idea of peace versus anger. And our heart is a source for many emotions. And our heart is either contagious or infectious. And so we are either bringing about joy in life, or we are sucking life out of others around us due to the nature of our heart. And as a father, I was one who did not realize that I had anger until I became a dad. That was something that was unexpected for me. And I realized that my anger had primarily to do with secondary emotions of fear or insecurity or a sense of failure that I was feeling in that moment, and it resulted in anger. And we all have experienced anger in different ways, and I would love for you to join us this weekend at True Hope Church on the website www.jesusistruehope.com. And we're going to be exploring anger and the role of peace in our life this weekend as we, as a society, a culture, a community, begin to explore what re-entry looks like after having been disrupted by the coronavirus. So love to see you there. And this invite is especially for those who maybe don't have a church family. That is not my intention, is to take you away from your church family. But if you're alone and isolated and angry or discouraged during this time, I'd love to invite you to join us on Sunday, or even to consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and follow along with these other daily devotionals. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.